morning, everyone, and a warm welcome to Gemsland Online School. We can be located at Plot 15, Amadou Bello Close, Peace Court, Lokogoma, Efad Estate, Abuja. Right, today we're going to be learning about ratio and proportion in our math lesson. So our learning objectives is to be able to understand ratio and proportion to learn through inquiry. All right, so I want you to copy down the title and the date and underline them, and you're going to answer the self-assessment questions and identify your start point on the learning journey. Are you ready to go on this journey with me? Fantastic. Well done. Right, so you're going to use the self-assessment questions to decide what your starting point, SP, is for this unit of work. So your SP is your starting point. You need to be comfortable with your starting point and don't fret. Just make sure that whichever point you pick, you're very comfortable and confident. All right, so ratio and proportion, this is like an assessment for you to guide you. I can use ratio to compare one amount to another. I can simplify a ratio. I can compare prices of products to find the best buy. I can divide an amount into a given ratio. I can solve problems using ratio in appropriate situations. I can understand and use proportionality. I can find formulae describing direct or inverse proportions and use them to solve problems. All right, so let's go. Now, this is the assessment sheet. You're going to pick any one of these. Look at the 4 questions and see the one that you can attempt and just go for it. The first one is, what is the ratio of black counters to white counters? The second question is, the angles in a triangle are in the ratio 6, 5, 7. The angles in a triangle are in the ratio 6, 5, 7. Find the sizes of the 3 angles. Don't forget there's a clue. All of the angles must add up to something. Find out what they must add up to and then find the ratio. Write 6 to ratio 12 in its simplest form. Now, 28 pupils are going on a visit. They are in the ratio of 3 girls to 4 boys. How many boys are there? So the ratio is 3:4 out of 28. Fantastic. 3 bars of chocolate cost 90p. 3 bars of chocolate cost 90p. How much would 6 bars cost? First of all, you need to find out what 1 bar will cost before you can find out what 6 bars will cost. Right, or you just use your doubling technique. How much will 12 bars cost? Right, so how do you go about finding the missing numbers in this table? So you have 5:8, dash is to 20, 36 is to dash. Can you do it in a different way? So find your level and, like I said, find your starting point and that's it. Be comfortable. Which one can you do? Right. So now ask a question or make a statement about this prompt. You can use the sentence starters to help you. These are some of the sentence starters. What does? Is it right that? How is it true that? Why is? Would it be? Or making comments about the prompt or about the prompt. We notice that, we know that because, we think that because, we wonder whether, we can change. So put on your thinking caps. What do you think? What do you wonder? And what do you see? So we go back to the prompt. Ask a question. What will you add to 3 to give you 4.5? What is the relationship between 3 and 5, 4.5 and 7? What are they adding? I've noticed something anyway, that the numbers at the top, all you need to do is do something and then you get the numbers at the bottom. You add some numbers. What's the relationship between 5 and 4.5, 3 and 7.5? A lot of things, questions you can come up with. When you add, what do you take away from 7.5 to get 3? So I want you to do like a mind map and come up with loads of questions about these prompts. Right. So we're going to be sharing our results at home with mom or dad. Describe what the problem is. Share your ideas. Look back at what you've done. Ask a question again about the prompt. Discuss your findings with an adult. And let's try to work out these problems. 4 problems: the zookeeper's problem, the painter's problem, the cave owner's problem, and the MP3 player problem. Each problem is made up of some easier questions and some other questions. Choose which problem and which questions you want to answer. Use the boxes to help you answer the questions. This is the zookeeper's problem. The eels are fed in proportion to their length. They are fed vitamin mix, fish food, frog mash, and shellfish. Question 1. If eel A gets 2 grams of vitamin mix, how much does eel B get? Question 2. If eel A gets 2 grams of vitamin mix, how much does eel C get? If eel B gets 12 grams of fish food, how much does eel C get? Question 4. If eel C gets 9 grams of frog mash, how much does eel D get? Don't forget that they are fed according to the proportion of their length. And this is the length of the eel. Eel A is 5 cm, eel B is 10 cm, eel C 15 cm, eel D 25 cm. So eel A gets 2 grams and it is 5 centimeters. How much does eel B get? So let's go. Eel B, which is 10 centimeters, is almost double of that. Get almost double of what eel A gets. Fantastic. So work out the rest. The painter's problem. What is the cheapest way to buy 1 liter, 5 liters, 10 liters, 15 liters? £8 per 1.5 liters pot. £3 per 500 mils pot. Buy 3 pots and get the cheapest half price. So what is the cheapest way to buy 1 liter? What is the cheapest way to buy 5 liters? Work it out. The cave's owner's problem. Trina owns a cave. One of the house specialities is its homemade fruit squash. This is Trina's fruit squash recipe. For 6 people, 300-gram chopped oranges, 1,500 ml lemonade, 750 ml orange juice. Question 1. Trina made fruit squash for 10 people. How many milliliters of lemonade did she use? Question 2. Trina's colleague Jim used 2 liters of orange juice for the same recipe. How many people was this enough for? So you have to do a lot of brainstorming and working out, finding a rule to help you solve the problem. The new model, the MP3 problem. The new model of an MP3 player holds 1/6 more music than the previous model. The previous model holds 5,000 tracks. Question 1. How many tracks does the new model hold? Question 2. The previous model cost £119.99 and the new model costs £144.99. Is this less than or greater than the proportional change to the number of tracks? Justify your answer. No hands up questioning with whiteboards ready. Let's go for our plenary once you finish solving the problems. What's the missing number? How do you know? 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 All right, thank you very much for that wonderful lesson. I hope you'll be able to find a starting point, solve some problems, complete the plenary, and go solve the task that has been set for you in the Google Classroom folders. Thank you for joining us. Have a good afternoon.